What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. This is my showcase for Iron Man 2. This is our third showcase of the series out of 37 MCU movies. In Iron Man 2, I will say it's a good movie. I don't know if it beats out the first Iron Man. It's definitely better than Iron Man 3, in my opinion. And a lot more characters here than my last showcase, which is the Incredible Hulk. You can check that out right now. It was posted Wednesday. And yeah, a lot of characters to go through here, and a great addition for your collection to build these figures. So, let's take a look. The first figure I want to take a look at is Tony Stark from the, I think it's the interview with the president, or it's at the beginning of the movie when we get introduced to Justin Hammer after the Whiplash sequence. But to build him, I used the torso and legs from Michael Scott from The Office. It's also appeared on other things. Use the head from Tony Stark or Iron Man from any of the Iron Man from 2018 to 2025. And then use this brown hair from Bucky Barnes to tie it all together. Next up, we have James Rhodes or War Machine. This is the first time we see War Machine played by Don Cheadle, as he replaced the actor from the first one, Terrence Howard, after he wanted more money than Iron Man. Anyways, the torso is from one of the J. Jonah Jamesons, I think, or it's Obadiah Stane, I think, is where it actually came from. Use some reddish brown hands. The head from Rhodey from Infinity War and Endgame. And then the hair from Sam Wilson, Captain America from CMF Series 2 to tie the look together. Next we have Justin Hammer, and I think this one turned out great. You use these black legs in this torso from J. Jonah Jameson from Spider-Man 2, white arms and white hands, and then this head from Justin Hammer, and then the hair from Tom Holland Spider-Man from the final battle set from No Way Home. And I think that really makes it look exactly like Justin Hammer on how he appears in the movie. So, that's Justin Hammer. Next up we have Pepper Potts, and nothing new here, just the same figure from the Ironmonger Mayhem. So, simple design for a simple character. Next we have Nick Fury, another figure who I did not change. I used the one from Far From Home or the Avengers 2020 Helicarrier set. I think it looks pretty well, and it's the only Nick Fury I have in my collection, so I think it gets the job done. Next we have Agent Coulson, and I used the torso and legs from Agent Coulson, the head from Bruce Wayne from The Batman, and then this hair from Agent Coulson, and I think it looks pretty well, and I didn't change any design from Iron Man 1 to Iron Man 2, so that's Agent Coulson. Next we have Iron Man Mark III. To build him, I used the head, torso, and legs from the Mark III, and then I used these dual printing arms from the Iron Man Mark 43 from the Hulkbuster set, the Epic Moments set, that is. And I think that looks pretty good. There is an Iron Man Mark III with arm printing that matches the design better, but I do not have that set, as it is a $150 overpriced figure. And yeah, that is Mark III, so we'll move on to the next. Now, I don't know if this is the order the characters appear in the movie, since I haven't gone back and rewatched Iron Man 2 yet, but this is Mark II that Rhodey uses to beat Iron Man at his house. and I used the Ironman 2 from the Ironman Armory line of sets from 2020. And you can put a roadie head underneath. I think mine's just clear, since that's what came in the set. And I think he looks pretty good, and not much to change on a pretty good looking figure. Next we have Black Widow, who makes her first appearance in the MCU in this movie. I used some black legs, torso from Han Solo, and the head and hair from just about every Black Widow figure, mostly appearing in the 2020 Avengers video game line of sets. Thought that looks pretty good for her, and a simple design for a, I guess, simple outfit, you could say. Next we have Happy Hogan, and I really like the design I did for Happy. I used these black legs, this torso from Tony Stark from the 2020 Armory, these red boxing gloves from a CMF character, the head from, I want to say one of the Harry Potter characters, and then this hair from Commissioner Gordon from the Batman Batcave set. And thought Happy looks pretty good, and rather than making him in a ordinary suit, I thought this would be much better. Also, going into the race scene, we have Christine Everhart. I used some blue legs, this flipped around torso from Ron from the Harry Potter, I think it might be the Half-Blood Prince, maybe. Don't quote me on that one. Use some tan arms and hands. Hair from Invisible Woman from Fantastic Four First Steps. And then the head from Monica from the Friends line of sets. And that is Christine Everhart. Next up we have Whiplash. And to build Whiplash, I use these legs from Emmett, this torso from one of the Batman CMFs, I think, and then the head from Whiplash, since you can't get better than the actual actor, and then the hair from Loki, and I think he looks pretty good. You could add the arc reactor he has, but I was trying to get this video out as quickly as possible, and I didn't go through my parts and build that, so you could for your collection. Next up we have Racing Tony Stark, and this is a pretty easy figure. I used the torso, arms, and legs all from the Sam Wilson Captain America from the CMF Series 1. Used some black hands, the head and hair from two different versions of Tony Stark. The hair is from the Malibu Mansion from 2013, and then the head is from any other Tony Stark you could possibly think of. Next up we have Ironman Mark V, or the suitcase armor, and the best way to build this figure is just using the regular one that came in the 2019 Hall of Armor from Endgame. Gets the design down, since that's what it's trying to replicate, and you could add the arms from Silver Centurion, but even if I had that figure, I probably wouldn't use it for this, just to show you guys a better way to not have to spend a fortune on one figure to help build this one. So that is the suitcase armor. Next we have Tony Stark, and I just used the Malibu Mansion torso and legs and head. I think the hair as well, so all those pieces from that figure. Put some tan hands on there, and then these arms from Ethan Hunt to give him the short sleeve look. Those arms are really great for making figures, and they work well here. Next we see Howard Stark, not as an actual person, but as when Tony's looking through to find a cure for his arc reactor poison, he comes across his father's blueprints and videos, so I thought I'd build his father here. I used the head from Iron Man, but this is from the newer Iron Man with the different head. You can see if I bring a Tony Stark figure, the heads are different, and I think since it's a different variant from the other ones we've used, and it's still Tony Stark, it would look good for his dad. I use this black hair from the Penguin, but it's also come on other places. Torso from Harry Potter, and then these gray legs to give him a nice gray suit. Next we have Iron Man and War Machine from the team up at the end of the movie. I use the regular War Machine that's come in the Iron Man Armory set, which you need for most of the figures in this showcase anyway. And then I use this Iron Man, which recaps the Mark 6 suit, which we got from the Iron Man 2 Hammer Drone set. Which is crazy, after all those years we finally got an Iron Man 2 set. And it looks pretty good for the Iron Man suit we see here. Next up we have Black Widow from her final suit in the movie. I just used the Black Widow from the Civil War airport battle, the newer one from 2025. Thought it looked pretty well, and it is just another Black Widow figure, and she wears basically the same exact suit in most movies, so I thought it looked good here. Next we have Whiplash in his final battle suit. You could also build the Hammer drones, but I didn't. I just didn't think they were like figures, so you didn't need to include them. If you want to pick up that Hammer drone set, go right ahead. It does give you 2 okay Hammer drone builds. And for Whiplash, I used the whole figure just from Whiplash. And you could put whatever head you want on him. I have a Moon Knight head sitting on there since we used the Whiplash head earlier. And yeah, we'll move on to the final figure. Next we have the kid Iron Man saves at the end of the movie. And they actually came back and said this is Peter Parker at a young age, which is crazy to say. And I used these hands from Iron Man, since you get the dark red gloves he has on. You use this torso from one of the Jurassic World characters, black short legs, the helmet from Iron Man from the 2020 video game set. I thought that looked good because you could also say that since he doesn't have the high tech, it's a lower quality mask than the other ones, so that's why I used it. And then if you pop this off, I used the head from Marty McFly from the original Back to the Future sets. Also came in the Dimensions, but you can use whatever head you want for Peter Parker. And I thought that just looked good because that's the head I use in my Spider-Man Tom Holland showcases. So without a further ado, we will round things out and give you my final thoughts and overview of the movie and the characters. Well guys, that was my showcase on Iron Man 2. From 2011, it was a really good movie, and I think it still holds up to this day. Maybe not the best Iron Man, but it's either first or second, whatever you guys' opinion of it. But that was my showcase on Iron Man 2. Hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for next week when we take a look at the God of Thunder, Thor. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.